Wow, what a game we just witnessed. It is 11:49 p.m. The Celtics game just ended, and it was some of the craziest few minutes of basketball I've ever seen. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Word of Mouth, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. This game is crazy, but it's official. We will have a game 7 between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics pulled off the impossible tonight as they won game 6 in Miami on the road. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the people who didn't think they could do it. I know the Celtics were down 3-0, and as soon as they went down 3-0, I said, yeah, this series is over. Miami wraps it up in 4, maybe 5. Then the Celtics win game 4. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Miami beats them in game 5. But then the Celtics win game 5, and now I'm like, whoa. The Celtics, they were at home, though. So maybe it's just they're at home. Miami's going to go back home and they're going to close it out. But Miami was close, but they could not close it out. Now, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis and some of the key plays from the last few games of that series. The first one is the Celtics are up 100-97. The Heat have the ball, though, and Duncan Robinson gets the ball, and he shoots. It's a wide open three. It's open as it gets, and he misses it. But then it's cool. Okay, you miss it. The Celtics go down. They can't really convert. You come back down. Duncan Robinson gets another open three in transition. This is a horrible shot in my opinion, but if anybody's going to take it, it needs to be Duncan Robinson. He's your best three-point shooter, and he's wide open. So he shoots it once again, and he misses for the second time in a row. Now, that was very demoralizing. Then the Celtics come down. I believe they scored, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like 100-102 now, and the Heat come down. They can't really convert, but they come down again. Jimmy gets the ball and he gets fouled. Now they have to review because you don't know if he got fouled behind the three-point line or front three-point line. At first, to me at least, it looked like he got fouled. In front three-point line, looked like one of those feet were in front, but when they showed the replay, I was like, okay, yeah, it's no way. He was behind the three-point line. That's a foul. Then goes to the free throw line. He has to make all three. He makes the first one, the second one, and the third one, no doubt. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, along with probably the rest of the world, is this game is over. It's over. The Heat won. No game 7. The Heat get the rest for about 3 days, and then, 4 days, my fault. And then they get to play Denver on June 1st. But that's not the case. The Celtics inbound, and the crazy thing is, as soon as I saw who the Heat put out there, I was like, okay, bro. As soon as they put Max Strus out there, I already knew what the deal was. But the Celtics come in, Derek White inbounds the ball. Now, the Heat were so adamant on making sure Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum didn't get the ball that they're just covering them. So, Max Strus, he kind of overhelps on Jason Tatum to make sure Tatum doesn't get the ball. And Derek White ends up passing it to Marcus Smart. I mean, the problem with Max Strus overhelping on Jason Tatum is he never really recovered and got back on Derek White. So, Derek White passes to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart shoots the ball. It rims in and out, which is crazy. And at this point, if you're like me, you're like, oh, the series over. Game's over. The series over here in the finals. Whew. But Derek White comes back around behind, and he gets the putback layup for the win and to force a game 7 in Boston. Crazy stuff, man. I didn't expect it, but there are a few key takeaways that happen in this game. The first one, which really isn't a takeaway in terms of scheme or anything like that, but Jimmy Butler, right? He was fouled with about 2.3 seconds left on the clock. Guess how many seconds they put on the clock once they had reviewed and everything? 3 whole seconds. Now, that is a big discrepancy if you ask me, because I watched it. I'm seeing the photos on Twitter and everything right now. Jimmy Butler was fouled at 2.3, and there was no reason why they had to put 3 whole seconds on the clock. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's kind of suspect. But the second takeaway is Joe Mazzulla is coaching his butt off. Now, I know a lot of people don't really want to give him credit, and when they went down 3-0, he got a lot of slack for it, but I have to give due where it's deserved, and Joe Mazzulla deserves his flowers right now. One big key adjustment that the Celtics have made this series is running Miami off the three-point line. Throughout the whole playoffs, Miami has been deadly from three, except for in that Knicks series. And that's how they were killing Boston in those first 3 games. They were making all their shots. But since then, the Celtics made a key adjustment to where they're just going to run Miami off the three-point line unless it's somebody like Bam or Jimmy. Because those are non-shooters, so there's no reason to look at them as a threat from three-point line. But Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, they're getting ran off the three-point line. And it's worked because the only person that can really put the ball on the floor for Miami is Jimmy, Bam, Lowry, Martin, and Duncan. Anyone else, they really can't put the ball on the floor and make a move like that. That is a really key reason why the Celtics have won 3 games in a row. Miami's not getting the same shots they were getting beforehand, and when they do get those shots, because they haven't been taking them, they're kind of not in rhythm, so they're missing them consistently. Hats off to Joe Mazzulla, that's a great job, and he's been coaching his butt off ever since they went down 3-0. Second thing is Jimmy Butler has played horrendous. Now after those first 2 rounds, we looked at Jimmy and was like, okay, yeah, he's top 10. Some people even saying top 5, but one thing we know for sure is that he's better than Tatum. In this game 6, I saw Jason Tatum go after Jimmy Butler possession after possession after possession. It was like he was borderline attacking Jimmy, and he was scoring them. And Jimmy on the offensive end couldn't respond. As a matter of fact, Tatum was locking them up. Derek White was locking them up. Anybody who was on Jimmy at any given moment was locking him up. Now, Jimmy did come alive at the end in those last like 5 minutes, but throughout the whole game, Jimmy was atrocious. I think he only had like 11 or 13 points. He was like 3 for 19 from the field. It was horrible. The way Jimmy played tonight was piss poor. And I don't even think it was due to like his ankle injury or anything. Jimmy just looks really timid out there. He drives, he's looking to pass. He gets the ball, he's looking to pass, he's looking for a dribble handoff. He is not looking to score, and he is not aggressive at all. The same thing is happening with Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo, he gets the ball, he's looking for a dribble handoff, or he's not really going to punish who's in front of him. He's just going to try to get a jump shot or flop for a foul call. Miami's biggest problem right now is the fact that their role players are giving them everything, especially in this game. The role players play phenomenal, but their star players, their top 2, they're giving them nothing. There is no way at home in a game 6 where you have the chance to close out a team who you were up on 3-0 on, and you put up 11 points, a stinker 11 points, that is embarrassing. Now, Boston was up by a decent amount this whole game, but the reason why Miami was able to come back is because they switched it to a zone, kind of like how in game 1 in the Nuggets and the Lakers series, Darvin Ham had switched Rui onto Jokic and just let AD roam, and that kind of knocked the Nuggets off a little bit. That's essentially what Erik Spoelstra did here. He played man majority of the game, but then he switched to zone at the end, and the Celtics really didn't know how to attack it, and they struggled. That led to a lot of bad shots, a lot of missed shots, and the Heat would come down and they convert on every single possession. But in the end, they ended up losing on a heartbreaking put-back layup from Derek White. And all of that being said, now we're on to Game 7 in Boston, in TD Garden. And the only question we have now is, can the Celtics do it? Can they pull off a comeback after being down 3-0? Or can the Miami Heat prevent one of the biggest choke jobs of all time and go in the Celtics arena and win? Now, my official prediction for this game is that the Celtics win, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win pretty comfortably for a number of reasons. The first one is the Celtics are at home, and one thing we know at home, especially as we saw in Game 5, is role players play better at home. At home, I promise you, Derek White's going to turn up, Marcus Smart's going to turn up like how he did tonight. Al Horford might even have a big game. That's just how it is at home. Role players turn into star players at home. The second one is really because after that loss, Miami is probably deflated. I mean, you had the lead with 3 seconds left. You were up 1, and Marcus Smart misses a shot that goes in and out, and then you give up a putback to Derek White. Any team is deflated at that point, and I think Miami is feeling that way. And I think at this point, Miami mentally, that's just so big of a blow you can take. I don't know if they're going to be able to bounce back from it. The third thing is, based off what I've seen from Bam and Jimmy, I still have hope in Jimmy having a big game in Game 7, which is really all they need. But I don't know if they're going to get the production from the role players that they've gotten in the past. And on top of that, I don't really have that much faith in Bam playing really well in Game 7 on the road. Now, I could be wrong. Bam could have a great Game 7. Jimmy could have a great Game 7. The role players could do what they have to do, but that's just not something that usually happens, and that is why I'm taking the Celtics. But that's just my prediction. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who do y'all think is going to win Game 7? But that's all I have for now. Until next time, peace.